This is Krishna Priya. This is the Human Colony Hucolo webinar. It's Saturday, the 23rd of December, 2023. Our last, second to the last.
This is Krishna Priya.
I can't,
I never, it's been years. They still can't
Saturday. So anyway, welcome everyone. And we're just 2 Saturdays away from the new year. So this will be our last webinar with Jim for this year. And then next week we'll have Max Rimple on doing some fantastic question answering. But right now we have Jim. So welcome, Jim. How are you?
Very good. Very good. How are you?
Good, good. Who's in your room today?
I have Angie, Will, Barb, Donna, and Blair.
Oh, Barb's there. Oh, that's cool. Nice.
Yes.
Okay, cool. And in our room, we have Bola, Kat, Christine, Jennifer, Joan, Kaylee, Mary, Michael, Michelle, Radha, and Wendy, and myself. So welcome to everybody here. Why don't we start off with some announcements? Angie, if you're ready.
Good morning, everybody. We have our Hucolo gathering scheduled. It is for August 8th through August 12th, 2024. The price is $6.95. It's in Canandaigua, New York. We're right on the lake. We have rented the main lodge and several cabins. And it's going to be a beautiful time, fellowship coming together. There is going to be a couple classes. They're not scheduled yet, but there will be at least 2. And we are just looking at bringing everyone together that we have met over all this time. Anything else?
Yes. Bring your swimsuits.
Yeah.
Because it is on the lake. And bring your happiness because you're going to be sharing it with everybody. So, and I also want to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, those who celebrate the Christian season. And I also want to wish all others a very merry holiday for whichever holidays they celebrate. So much love to you all, and thank you for being here.
All right, so we have the if you're interested in coming to our gathering, it is classes@hucolo.org. I will get all the information out to you. Also, you can look on our website, humancolony.org, and there's the flyers there, the registration form. I am accepting payments, so if you want to break up the payment, it is $6.95, and so if you'd like to break it down into smaller payments, we can do that as well. Classes@hucolo.org.
Perfect. Wonderful.
Very good.
Okay, we have blessings. We'll start with Michelle, then we'll go to Bola, and then to Wendy.
I think Barbara also wants to do a blessing.
Start with Barbara, then we'll go to Michelle, and we'll go to this room.
You're up.
You have to go over here.
Yeah, you're up.
Speak close to the microphone. Go ahead.
Namaste.
The season is bringing good energy to the planet, plus the solstice, plus all the things that are in people's minds about helping and giving. It is a beautiful season of generosity and love and kindness. I would like to say to you that we are having certain understandings about your people more than we ever have before, and we praise and thank God that you are still with us.
Thank you. Go ahead, Michelle.
Oh, she's muted.
Muted.
You're muted too.
Sorry. I said good morning. This one's for Mother, Father, God. Chia koron yaraka. Tia Goria Diagarada. Tia Koro Diogu Wiaka. Tia Kianyaraka Ia Gorodo Oroho Ia Horogodia. Iata Tia Koroto Ah. Namaste.
The light is shining and will continue to shine through to your peoples as they rise and are lifted into a different understanding of spirituality. Let this be a good time of understanding for everyone, enlightenment and illumination within, and to bring forth that which is truly themselves and of God.
Thank you.
Ola?
Thank you, Krishna Priya. These are the 10th dimensional Andorians who are here to help us create a new way of being. Krotoro mo suturu kratra makatarasa. Kratotoro mo krotoro soro. Kretetara makara. Kroshotoro mo krosotoro. Krempatara krotoro mo shotoro. Kempitiri satara makratoro shotoro. Kesetere musati.
We lift you up in the name of God, and we sanctify and give you great understanding through our words and through our meanings of spirit. We are trying to make things understood by your people. It is hard to communicate through the 10th dimension to the 3rd, but we are trying to bring forth a greater understanding to you so that you may rise and know of us and know of God and all the things that he wishes for you. It is a great time of change and a great time of experience. We are giving you more opportunities and more availability to see into the upper levels of spirituality.
Thank you. Wendy, go ahead.
Yes, thank you. Blessings for the holiday season. Hanchurun yarakahi tatkurinit pakuhian yurut iraniera takaran yeratuhira ashishuina mara kitotukiera mara ti iuru tukuyama etahayana maya katatutuiana ara ka uish krinya tara tahuira pana kuiana mama turunya kaha. Blessings.
Give yourself to God in a way that you have not given before. Let him experience you and you experience him. It is a time of blending. It is a time for you to know God and to be with him. It is not a time for separation. It is not a time for you to let go of the emotions inside of you, but to grab a hold of them and use them to understand all the different things of God. He is with you. He is understanding with you, and he knows each and every one of you inside out. And so learn about him in a better way, for you are meant to be his friends, his peoples, those that he can actually rise up and be with.
Thank you. Okay, we have quite a list of requests, and I'll go through them. I'll just check also the YouTube. I haven't been able to check that one to see what's requests there are. But if you all have a request in YouTube land, hi everyone in YouTube, please type it quickly. All right, the requests are someone from the Elohim, a leader from the Elohim, Serapis Bey, the Ascended Master, Cupid, the Aldorians, AJ the Gray, a goddess from Ireland, a Cherokee chief, shaman, or elder, Gaia, Elijah, and Enoch as a team. I don't know if that's serious, but that would still be nice. And Archangel Michael, Melchizedek of the Great White Brotherhood, a dragon, and someone from YouTube requested Grindle.
Wow.
There's
There's,
no shortage of possibilities here today.
wow. I mean, there's a
It
lot.
would be a slow day.
You know, take a number, people.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Okay.
Let's see who comes first. We know Elijah probably wants to speak, but I'm not sure. We'll see.
To Elijah already, and we will see you on the other side. So
Very good. Much love to you all. Greetings. I am Elijah. I have just come to wish you a Christmas wish. It is time of the season that we all celebrate the coming of the child God, Jesus. I am here to tell you that since I am part of the Jewish tradition and part of the Christian tradition and also part of all traditions everywhere, I wish you a happy holiday and be blessed and be wonder-struck by the miracles that can happen. It is time for the world to understand that the time of miracles will be returning soon, and that the Christ will be returning as well. It is not the way you think it's going to be. It is not the way it was before. So do not expect what you think. Expect the unexpected, and then you will know who the Christ is. But I will tell you this. There are other prophets and other deities that have aligned themselves with this planet at this time. And that they are here also to celebrate goodwill and the ascension and the people who are willing to sacrifice themselves for God. Be brave. It is a time when many will rise up. You may not rise up into the ethers, but you may rise up in your world to a place where you are teaching many, to a place where there are many listening, or to a place where you are writing to many. Many of you will write books, many of you will do things that will bring joy and happiness and goodwill to the earth at this time. Do not stop what you are doing. Love and honor your fellow man. Be a good example to them and love them no matter what. It is difficult sometimes to understand why people are the way they are, but you must love them anyway. But good cheer to you all, and may God bless you richly during this season and throughout the new year. It will be an interesting year, and one full of challenges, and one full of wonders and hope. And so you will see what I mean as it goes on. I love you all very dearly, and for today, that is my message. Much love.
much love to you. Thank you.
I am from the Indian nation of Cherokee.
Perfect. Thank you. Welcome. And it's a great honor to have you here. Mary had a question for you. Are you a elder or a shaman or
I am an elder. I have been a shaman, an elder, a priest if you will, of them, but they do not consider it priesthood.
Sure.
The thing is about the Cherokee, they have great honor, and they understand now all the beauty that has been bestowed on this planet, even greater than what they lived in at one time.
Understood. Well, thank you. I will turn you over to Mary, who has a question for you. Go ahead, Mary.
Greetings. I wanted to ask, I am of Native American descent. I am
Yes.
from the Cherokee Nation. And I wanted to ask a word, please, about what was one of my most important incarnations with my people, the Native Americans.
You had two incarnations with the Cherokee peoples. The first incarnation, you were a soldier, not a soldier, a hunter. You brought and gathered in food for the people. You cared for them, and you were honored for bringing in the nourishment that was needed for the tribe. The second incarnation, you were female. You were a daughter of one of the elders at that time, and the daughters of the elders were very precious to the tribe. There were 7 daughters that were there, and they were wonderfully gifted in shamanism and other things, and they were truly a blessing to the tribe.
Oh, blessings. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you. There is a question, Michael, you had a question as well?
Yeah, so I'm Cherokee too, and I feel more native than I do European, but could you tell me anything? Because like I'm strong, like there's a lot of my facial features and the way I am that like how much DNA do I have as a Cherokee Indian?
I would say at least a quarter of your DNA, if not a little more, is Cherokee. And you have been in the Cherokee Nation also twice. The first time you were with the fire people, meaning that you were in charge of keeping the fires going. You were in charge of cooking some of the foods. You were in charge of getting those together who were gathering berries, leaves, and things that were edible so that it could be cooked and spiced. Your second incarnation was a son of the chief, and you were a great hunter, but you were also a great fisherman. And the fish, you were more designed for fishing than hunting.
Well, thank you so much. Blessings. Thank you for coming in.
You are welcome.
Thank you. There's a question from Wendy. One moment. Go ahead, Wendy.
Thank you. Greetings.
Greetings.
I have had many lifetimes as Native Americans, and it's in my DNA as well. And I would be curious to find out which tribe I have the highest DNA from, or that my heritage comes in my relationship to shamanism, and how
your highest
Sorry.
area is with the Iroquois. The Iroquois Indians were a very proud nation, and you were with them at one time. Actually, you were one of the shaman there.
I see. And so my next question is, I know that the Native American ancestors are coming through very strongly today for giving guidance back to the world as far as bringing these communities together. Is there anything that would like to be said related to that?
Yes. They are realizing that they have lost a lot of what they had before in the way of ritual, language, beauty, and understanding of the environment. They want to return to the environment, to the thoughts of freedom, to the thoughts of unity. Many of them are involved in casinos and money, and those Indians that are caught up in that will not want to do this because they are living highly. But those of the regular sort of Indians, if we want to call them that, are wanting to be free and wanting to expand and wanting to know their heritage much more. They need some classes. They need some teachings. The teachings that are given to them are very unwhole. They're very less than, and they want more. And so I believe it will be given.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. I just want to check the chat and just one more second. Okay, I appreciate so much you being here, but we are out of questions for you. So if you have any last words to share, or if you're ready to depart, we would say to you, thank you for being here and much love to you.
There are others of you that are from the Indian nations, from the Onondaga nations, from the Chisep nations, from many others. We grant you great peace, and we know that you are there, and we understand your longings within. Even though you may not be connected to the Iroquois or any of the tribes that I have mentioned closely, you still feel a longing for the earth and for the environment. In this way, we want you to know that you have a mission with it a little bit to honor your land, your earth, your peoples, and the way of your life in the past and in the present. I will leave you with that thought.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I am Melchizedek. Greetings.
Greetings. Oh, it was Wendy that requested you. Yes. Welcome, Melchizedek. Welcome as Ascended Master that you are. Are you of which ray are you?
Third.
Third ray, I thought so. Okay, thank you so much. And Wendy, you have a question. Go ahead.
Yes, I wanted to ask about the being initiated into Melchizedek. I know that it's more than just the ray and that there's sacred geometry with that, but I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about what that initiation means and if it's being distributed in the world today. Thank you.
As Melchizedek, I was taught, I was brought forth to be someone of a leader, of a light, of God, to bring forth that which is true, to bring blessings upon those that come to me, such as Abraham. I was meant to be part of the first priesthoods in your creation realms. I understand now that I did much more than I thought I did at the time, but the great understanding of the rituals that I went through were not easy. I had to prove that God was my shield, my life, my understanding, all that I could breathe and know. And to do that, you must go through sacrifice. There was a great deal of sacrifice in my rituals and a great deal of sacrifice in my life. But God provided for me in a great way, and God was wonderful and helpful to me in every way. So I am not displeased with the outcome. Did that answer your question, or is there something more specific?
Yes. Can you talk about the geometry that's associated with Melchizedek at this time?
There's much geometry connected to me at this time. Mostly, if you look at the stars, the connection to the stars is quite evident. There are several constellations that are geometrically aligned to this planet at this time that were not aligned to it in the days of my coming, but they are aligned now. Leo is one of the great signs that I believe is prominent at this time.
Oh, thank you. And interesting, I am a Leo. Am I already affiliated with the Melchizedek group? I don't know how to ask or say it.
You are already connected into that, but there are other geometries that are important at this time as well. I cannot go into them in depth, but they are there. You can see them when you study who I am and where my thought processes led. Of course, there's not much written about me, but there is much study. They have found more writings about my life, but it has not been shared with the world as much.
Thank you for that greater understanding. Thank you so much for being here today.
Yes.
Blessings to you.
Okay, I'm just checking the YouTube. Okay. I believe that is the last question that we have for you. And I do again want to give you great honor and thank you for being here.
Of course. There are many waiting, so I will go.
Thank you.
I am Michael.
Welcome, Michael.
Greetings.
Greetings. I'm not sure who it was that requested you. I believe it was someone in your room.
Someone requested me. Yes. Is there a question?
Yes. Okay.
Greetings. I'm wondering if the human population is moving in the direction of higher consciousness, or are we regressing?
There is part that is regressing, but most are not. Many of you are ascending. Many of you are moving forward, some slower than others. But there are a few that refuse to move forward and do not want to do so. But most of you are starting to understand that moving forward is the way of the future and the way of understanding in this realm. Your light is important and will be connected to the stars. All beings are connected one to another in many ways. And God's will for this universe is to become a community at some point. We are barely at the beginning of that at this time, but it will begin with this world.
Thank you for your response.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I don't have any other questions for you unless there's a question from someone else in your room.
Well, there's still a long line, so I will go.
Well, Archangel Michael, thank you for your continued protection and work in everyone's lives that you do.
I am Celebus Bay. Someone is called.
Yes, that was Will. I will turn it over to Will.
Greetings.
Greetings.
What is it that you wish from me?
I'd like you to talk about the sacred flame in the temple in Atlantis and how that's relevant at this point.
The sacred flame never goes out, and so it's still relevant today. It is the flame of ascension. It is a flame of honor. It is a flame of purity. It's a flame that has not been seen in the truest sense in many thousands of years. It is coming back to be honored. It is coming back to be fiery once again. It is coming back to be the heat that it once was, meaning that it will give warmth to the world in kindness and love. The temple that was there, of course, is no longer, but the temple was the holder of the flame, and it had that flame there. The flame's color would vary from day to day because of the essence of the thought processes of the people. Many times it was a blue flame, and many times it was an orange flame or a yellow flame, meaning that there were different things going on in society at that time. For this day and age, it is a red flame. The red flame is of passion, of glory, of understanding, and of completion. The red flame of completion will come about. Remember that each time period for the flames have different meanings and different understandings and different powers. And this power is becoming greater as we speak. And there is a temple for it even now, as you may know. The temple is within each of you. However, someone is building a temple for it. And it will be once again, just like the temple on Atlantis. Other questions? There is a time coming when you will feel the heat of the flame within you, because it must happen that you all are part of God and God's fire. The ascension fire is one that must continue. The ascension and the ascension fire are two different things, but they run alongside each other as many different timelines run alongside this particular fire and this particular ascension. It is not simple what is happening. You may say, the ascension is a simple matter, but it is not. Many decisions from many different peoples all over the world and planets, and even the universe, must be made so that the ascension can clear a way to happen. And so as all these lines are running side by side, they are intertwining and then clarifying what the true goal of the ascension will be. It is not an easy path, for sometimes the pathways block one another in ways that cannot be seen by mankind. But at this moment, the flame burns through those blockages, because the flame is part of the answer. The flame is God and part of the answer. Now you say, why isn't God all of the answer? Because mankind has free will. So mankind is part of it. And God is the other. Does that answer your question?
100%.
Yes. Any other questions? There is another question in the room.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead. And then I have a question here when you're ready.
Thank you for being here. What can we, as the humans, being the part of it, I know we have our free will, but what can we do? How can we build ourselves so that we can be a strong part of the ascension?
Give yourself to God. You are created by Him, but you have your own beingness, your own personalities, your own free will. There are many on your world that have given up their free will to be with God. And this is something that must happen individually. If you give up your free will to be with God, then you will also become God in many ways. He will rise up into the Godhood because you have given yourself over. You have heard of the salvation before when Jesus came and brought salvation to the world. That is what this is all about. Forgiveness of all things within the individual free will. Because the free will has sin. The free will has ulterior motives. Whereas the God mind is that of bringing you into his realm in a pure and satisfactory way. It is not easy to give yourself to God, but it is necessary if you want to reach the pinnacle and meet him face to face someday. It will not happen in this lifetime that you will be able to give yourself totally over to God in a way that will satisfy that understanding. But you are able to do so in this realm to ensure that you are blameless and that your energies will not carry on in a negative way to another realm. Your karma, as they call it, will be disintegrated. It will be destroyed, and you will have no karma, but you will only have the light of beingness, the light of God, the light of truth within you.
Okay. Thank you for that. Does that answer the question?
100%.
Okay. Kaylee has a question. She asks, can you give any meditation or can you give tips on meditation?
A meditation for you? Of course.
For Kaylee.
There are many ways to meditate, and each individual finds a way to meditate that satisfies their soul and their beingness. So whenever you decide on the way that you are meditating to bring God in. You are meditating to bring the things in from the outside realm. When you are praying, you are sending things out to another place, to another person, to another thing, to God. But when you are meditating, you're bringing God in and you're bringing information in. So this meditation may be for you. It's just a mantra, if you will. It is saying that God is true and God is full. His light never stops shining. His truth is everlasting. Let us bring forth that truth and light in this realm, in this body, in this form. For we are of God, and God is of us. Be with us always, and never part from us, and we will never part from you.
Beautiful.
I know it's something you may not memorize, but if you listen to this again, you will hear the substance that is coming in. It is like gold. It is like precious metals or precious things. The love that will come and share with you these things will be noted. You will feel them, the ecstasy of what God wants to really bring to mankind. He does not want mankind wallowing in depression, negativity, anger, and all these things, unless he brings that to them for a purpose. But he wants you to be dwelling in joy, understanding, forgiveness, kindness, unity with one another and with the spirits and with God. His light is pure. His light benefits you, whereas the light of strangers and light of negativity only brings you into a deeper darkness. Yes, there is a dark kind of light that looks real, that looks like the light, but you will know it by the feeling that you get from it, by the harshness that it brings to you. You will always know the good from the bad by the way that you feel with it. This is your tell. This is the way that you will know it. For if it is not of God, you will not feel well with it.
Okay, thank you so much. There's a question from, and Kaylee says, thank you, wonderful. Joan asks, how can we tell that our third strands of DNA are activated, or when Kundalini awakens, does this mean your DNA is activated?
The Kundalini is an act of will in many cases. Sometimes it is activated by the spirit if you are pursuing deep spiritual understanding of your being and yourself, wanting to know yourself better. Then it can be actually activated by the spirit. But most of the time, people will ask it to be activated so that they can know themselves better. They can run through the different things of the Kundalini. It starts with the root chakra and moves to the crown. What it does is it emphasizes the meaning of each of these chakras, which also emphasizes the meaning of all of you. The root is survival, for a simple, basic understanding. Sacral is creation, sexually and with all things. Solar plexus is with the great understanding of the future, with anger, getting rid of anger, with drive, and with understanding of what you should be, and making plans for what is to be. The heart is of love and of gathering, of unity, and of bringing things together. The throat is to speak to those that have not known the truth yet, and you must bring it forth to them. It is also of calmness and greatness, of spirit and activity. The third eye is of consciousness, of bringing forth that which is beyond this realm in many ways, bringing forth psychic energies, but not only that psychic part, but the creative part of the psychic energies as well, and so many more things. The crown is the eternal gateway from God to man, from man to God. And all those chakras above it are just there to unify and bring forth a greater understanding and power of mankind as we grow into them. Each human being will grow into all these chakras above your head because they are part of the universe and part of God's will. But for now, you are here to experience the Kundalini as it is provided to you. What is the other part of the question?
She wanted to know if when your Kundalini is awakened, does your third strand of DNA get activated?
No, that is not part of the Kundalini. The third strand activation is something different. Third strand activation happens by will also, but of a different kind. It is of spiritual will in the sense that you are wanting to go through the sacrifice of gaining the third strand, which brings you in contact with a different realm altogether. And it causes a great deal of pain and suffering. But through this pain and suffering, you will gain character. But the third strand is not necessary for your peoples here today. But many of you have started to ignite the third strand, and there are those of you that know what it is. And it is a definitely painful thing to go through. However, it is definitely a higher honor to have it. Do not ask for a third strand understanding unless you are willing to sacrifice for it, because it will not happen automatically. You must know and understand that there will be sacrifices with this, pain and growth.
She says, when I meditate, I can experience psychedelic experiences now. Feels like I take plant medicine.
Yes, that's from the third eye. The third eye is very creative. The third eye sees into realms that are like this. There are many different kinds of realms that humanity has not experienced yet. And if you've ever had a psychedelic experience, your body knows of that psychedelic experience and still holds it within you in your subconscious. But if you have never understood psychedelic experiences, you may feel them through the third eye. You may experience them through different realms of understanding outside of your world. There are many different kinds of densities and dimensions. So if you are experiencing the psychedelic realm in your third eye and in your spiritual understanding, then you are moving up. It is not that they are wanting to give you a psychedelic experience, but to teach you that this experience exists outside of drug use.
Perfect answer. Thank you. Okay. There's a question from within the YouTube chat from Mark. He has two questions. First question, I'm going to ask the second one first. He says, was it the ascension flame that activated my heart chakra?
Yes. In many cases, it is the ascension flame that does that, but you don't see it as a flame. You see it as an awareness. Your consciousness already also activates your ascension. When you are conscious of rising, when you are conscious of what is up here, when you are conscious of those states of being that are not human, that are not third density, then you are ignited as well.
Okay, perfect. And one last thing, let me see. Oh, I can't, I'm trying to get to the question. I do apologize, one moment. it's hard to manipulate these windows. It's
It is all right.
good. All right, let me see.
Okay, perfect. And
So I had to go back, so
last
now
thing,
you're hearing me on
let's see.
YouTube talking. Okay. And the other one is about, Mark is also asking, even though you're not an archangel, but can you talk to him about his connection with archangels?
Yes. Archangel connections are common in some ways and rare in others. What I mean by that is angels watch over you constantly and are always around. There is no time and place where you will not be seen by angels. But your connection to the angels are the rare part. If you can actually connect to them and be part of what they are, that is a rarity. If you can understand that they are being with you and they are trying to move you in a direction of spirituality, of God, of understanding, of wisdom, then your connection to them will be close and you will bring them in and they will speak to you in your meditations. That's the coming in part. If you are praying, they will help with the prayers, but the meditation is when you can bring the angels in. And when you channel, you can bring the angels in. These are things of honor and understanding. You must know that they are with you always, always. But to speak to them and have them come into you is rare.
Thank you. Swazi from YouTube says, does holding cats have extraterrestrial energy? She said in Egypt, she noticed many cats and lion female energies. She wanted to know, are they sacred?
They are sacred to the Egyptians, yes. And they are sacred in the sense that they are living beings and animals of great wisdom and understanding in many ways. They understand what is going on in the realm and what is going on with their peoples. So if you have a cat and you can hold a cat, you will feel the energy of understanding, connecting with them because they know who you are. Once they connect with you, they know you. Once you let them go, they will return to you because they are loyal to their masters. And they give their masters protection, they give their masters honor, and they give their masters information.
Thank you. That's all the, oh, okay. I don't know if this is a question. This is from Sean. I think it's Shiny Sean. Is that Shiny Sean? Sean Devlin? Is that Shiny Sean? He says, can you speak of the Lakota Hyoka clown in any way you like to?
What was the question?
He wants to know, can you speak of the Lakota Hyoka clown?
Clown?
Yes, that's what that says. The Lakota
Interesting.
Hyoka clown.
Well, I know little about it, so I do not want to speak in areas that I do not know about.
Perfect. Okay. We can save that for maybe another being. All right. Thank you so much. This is all the questions that I have for you, but what an honor to have two Ascended Masters here today.
Yes, thank you. You are kind to say so. Someone called for a dragon.
Yes, that was Wendy. Wendy, do you have a question?
Yes, thank you so much for coming. I have been experiencing a lot of dragons coming through, and I've been told to focus specifically on channeling a few beings. And I'm wondering if one of the dragons is who I'm being asked to or guided to more specifically channel for the messages that they want to bring forward.
What purpose do you have for them? Are they bringing greater understanding?
Greater understanding of not only the dragons and the sacredness of them, but the interaction with Earth and how they are assisting with the ascension and bringing those messages forth.
Be sure that they are the good ones.
Yes.
Sure that you know the difference.
Yes.
So yes, there are many dragons wishing to speak to this world because they feel humans are foolish and are wasting too much time and are not ascending quickly enough. So we are here to ascend or bring speed to the ascension like Donner is doing. We are different colored dragons. There are all colors of dragons in the universe. It appears that God must like dragons.
Yes.
So anyway, we will bring wisdom and honor to you if we come through.
Okay. Was there one specific? I mean, the white dragons, I've had Donner come through. I've had
Donner
Sheena
is
Ra.
a good one, yes.
I've also had Sheena Ra, the golden dragon, come through to me quite a bit. And then
Sheena Ra
Kwanon.
is good.
And then Kwanon is a blue dragon that is a partnership with me.
I am a rare red dragon that is positive. I am not part of the negativity of the red dragon cults. There are many red dragons that are not positive, but I am not one of those.
May I inquire as to your name?
Garoshenji.
Garoshenji. Garoshenji.
Yes, that is
gratitude.
It means holder of the cup. I am the holder of the cup in my positive realm, for I have been a teacher for many years. The cup is full of wisdom and knowledge, and so I hold this cup. It is a symbol of our people and the goodness and kindness that we will give through words.
I understand. I have a red soul dragon, Fredaric, and I have another life as a daughter of a red dragon, the heart dragon Satira. So I look forward to maybe connecting with you more.
Yeah. You can call me Gur.
Gur?
Gur.
Thank you.
It's easy to remember.
Thank you. Blessings.
Yes. Just remember, we are here to provide wisdom and messages to you through love also. But the holder of the cup brings wisdom and information. Be well. Is there other questions for me?
Yes, Michelle has a question. Go ahead, Michelle.
Hi, thank you for being here.
You are welcome.
Thank you. I saw on TV a picture. It was through something called classified captures. It shows unusual pictures taken by trail cams and things like that. I saw this picture of a washed up dragon on a lakeshore, and I wondered if you could tap into that and tell me, was that CGI or was that something the government had been messing around with in one of the their experiments, or is it just because of the ascension?
They have tapped into a hive of dragons. I don't know what else to call it. They let loose several dragons onto the earth, but they killed them immediately. So they covered up their mistake. These were third dimensional beings, and they killed several of them.
Yeah, it was fascinating, and that's too bad, but yeah,
They are
fascinating.
safe now. They are safe now because they have covered up that cavern.
Okay.
We, as dragons, know what we need to do. And those dragons did not want to come out, but they were forced out of their cave and destroyed.
Oh, yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.
No one should ever do this. They have run into caves of dragons before, but they left them alone. This time they were obnoxious.
Okay, thank you so much. Met Wally says, can we please have a dragon blessing? Thank you.
Certainly. Dragons have great blessings for the peoples of this planet and for other universes. One moment. May the light fall on you always. Seek God. Seek eternity. Seek that all is good. Be wise. Be understanding. And connect one to another in unity. For you are meant to be connected to all things, including the dragons. We welcome you as part of our continuum, if you want to call it that. But we love you as people. We love you as beings of God. Be always with us.
Thank you so much. I have another question. I have another couple questions for you. One is from Swazi. She says, can you tell us about how you fly? And do you fly the same way like they show in the movies, basically? And do you fly? That's the question.
Yes, we do fly.
Well,
It is not something that is, not all dragons fly, but many dragons do. And we do have the equipment like birds, because we have lift and thrust and all that. And our weight helps us to fly and glide. It is just like your giant airplanes. How can they fly when they are so heavy and so massive? But we have great wings to help us fly, and we flapped our wings just like in the movies.
Thank you. Then there's another question that says, what do the Dragon Collective and the Reptilians think of the Dungeons and Dragons board game?
Oh, childish, but very entertaining. If you ever would stop and listen to some of these that are doing these games, they are very entertaining. Of course, they are just a game. There are few that actually take it to a darker realm, but there are some that do. And for those, we wish peace, because they will not find it in the realms that they are diving into. But those that are just playing it as a game and have no negative thoughts about it, we give them a smile, because it is entertaining.
Maybe it's a chance to escape to a realm where you can be powerful when you don't feel powerful in life.
That is true, but you are. You will be powerful. The future holds a great power for humanity.
Solaris says it was a serious question, not a joke. So
Yes,
So-
it is a serious question, and I understand it.
Do you have games like that in your world or no?
Yes, but they are not board games.
Hmm.
We have games of challenge and games of athletics and games of knowledge and trivia and things of that nature. But board games, it would be hard to play with big claws.
I see. Okay, well, thank you very much. And let me ask you a question. How much, just like a lot of things are channeled, inner knowing things that sort of manifest in games and play and books and things, how much of the motivation to create that game is based on someone's understanding of inner realms and other realms?
A lot of it, really. A lot of it is based on your understanding of who you are, of how you create things, of how to use your imaginations in very many ways to destroy evil, usually. And that is what they are doing. They're planning in the game to destroy the darkest part of the game. So they must think in light ways to understand how to move forward and how to cast their spells so that they can be successful in clever ways.
Okay. Thank you so much for that. I believe that's the end of the questions that we have for you.
Yes. It's been entertaining. Thank you.
Thank you as well. Thank you.
One moment, please. I am Enoch.
Welcome. Welcome, so very welcome. We have Will that requested you. Will?
There is someone who has talked to me and has asked me to come.
That was Will.
Ah, do you have a question, Will?
I'd just like you to give us a message.
Oh,
That's all.
a message.
It's good to see you.
And thank you. A message. First of all, I want to say that I see many of you are on top of the ascension, moving quickly forward, are beautiful people, are one of great understandings, of great power in many ways. And so my blessing for you is this. In your realm, I want you to know that you are powerful peoples and that you are the ones that will stand to give information to those that need it. You are already giving information to others, even though you may not know it. But many of you will have sites that people will come to learn about certain things that will enlighten them, that will bring wisdom to them, that will bring God thought processes to them as well. And many of you will bring information from outer realms to them, from the aliens, from those that are outside this realm, like I am part of at this time. When I was on your world, I was part alien because I did not die. They took me into the heavens. I left on a ship. I left, and I even told people that I left on a ship. If you read all the writings about me, you will find me in a ship leaving Earth, looking at it and saying that I will return in 1,000 years or so, but it's been much longer than that. But I've been back to the Earth a few times. But they will know me when I come in a glorious way. for I am planning to do that at some point. I will be one of those that will be part of First Contact, or for part of the first peoples that come through in First Contact. So it will be that Enoch will be re-arriving at Earth at some point. I am here to let you know that I am ready to come. Now, a blessing for you. Dear Heavenly Father, please lift these people up into the places, into the stations, into the missions, into the leadership positions that they are needing to go. Bring to them the understanding of actually who they really are. Bring them the understanding of how much power they do have, and that they are in a place of great responsibility. For with great responsibility, you have to be very careful, for you do not want to mislead or misguide or misdirect anyone. It is the time on this planet of great change, and this year will surely show that. There will be great changes on this realm, and it will be good and bad. But it will be learning, and it will be enlightening, and it will be teaching. But you may not see it as good or bad at the time, but you will see it as an experience that you must understand, live through, and comprehend. Why? Because it will bring you greater wisdom, to bring you greater knowledge. You are in a place of great learning as the ascension moves forward. I give you honor. I want to give you knighthood into the realm of those of high missions. Some of you have already been knighted, but other of you are still searching for that knighthood. And it will be given to you whenever you give in to God. Let him be your guide. Let him know that you are ready for him to be with you in a fuller, more loving way. I am so happy that the energy here is good and beautiful. And those that are here are of God. Anything else?
Yes, there's a question from Joan. She says, can you speak about the awareness and consciousness? The mind is awareness, or is it consciousness has the awareness? Or is the awareness that has the awareness?
Consciousness and awareness are the same thing. Consciousness is awareness. If you look up consciousness in your dictionary, it says awareness. So consciousness, in the way that I want to speak about it, is the consciousness of your beingness. Your consciousness is greater than just an awareness. Your consciousness is aware of what is inside and what is outside. You see things with your eyes and are aware of things with your ears and smell and touch. But the consciousness that I speak of is a power that comes. You can train the consciousness of the mind to be manifesting, to give you greater healing abilities, to reach through your chakras and enlighten you in greater ways. In Atlantis, they used consciousness and the awareness of it to rule each other, and which was not a good thing. It was a negative thing. And that's why they were destroyed. but you can use consciousness in a beautiful, good way to share with others goodness and kindness. This is something of a mystery to humans. It is just now being understood in a different way. But the consciousness is something you can use outside of the body, inside of the body. It is a power, an understanding of power. And it is something that can be manifested, can manifest. It can manifest everything but life itself. It can manifest things, but you must understand that it comes from the power of God, magic from the power of God, consciousness from the power of God, from the power of the subconscious, from the power all that is within you. You have no idea how much power you're sitting on as a human being. You cut an atom in half. What happens? Great deals of energy are released. Look at how much greater you are, millions, billions, and trillions of atoms. So what is your energy level? It is higher than you can possibly imagine.
Thank you so much. Let me go to the other chat. All right. Okay, that's all the questions we have for you.
All right. Is there still a line? I'll check. Very well. Yeah. Guess who? Oh, good. One moment. Yeah. Of course, I'm the closing act for the day.
You are. We have about 30 minutes left. Are you going to spend 30 minutes with us? Or are you leaving?
I won't. 30 minutes? Is that much left? Okay. Well, maybe not.
If you need to leave early, then we understand.
Well, I'm here now. So what did you want?
Well, excuse me. Wendy has. I think it's Wendy that has a question for you. Go ahead, Wendy.
Wendy, hello.
Hello. I know I wasn't the first one that asked you to come in, so I'm willing to step aside if they want to bring their question forward. But yes, I do have a question.
All right.
So go
Was
ahead.
there someone on the internet? Yeah.
I'll just go ahead and ask.
Right.
So the question has come up about flat Earth versus circular Earth.
Yes.
And there's, a lot of proof and mathematical,
Oh, yeah.
suggestions. So can you talk to us about that? From
Yes.
my point of view, I think it's the plane, but okay, I'll wait for you.
Yeah. The Earth is round. I'll give you that right now. According to mathematics, you can prove that the Earth is flat because of the linear way of space. Space is linear and also confused and chaotic. So, but if you look at the universe as a whole, you're going to see that most things that God has created are round. The planet is round, the sun is round. If it were a flat like time is flat in the sense that you are in all places of time at once. So that mathematically can be proven at some point. It also can be proven that the Earth is flat mathematically because there are certain ways to look at a flat Earth that will go on forever in some ways, but it is actually in the dimension, in the density, meant to be round. And the reason why it has to be round is so that it can go around the sun, go around in the universe, and there are everything is in motion constantly. Everything is in motion constantly. If it were all flat, there would be no, it could not be in motion constantly. So you must understand that God wants things to be in constant motion. Change is the only thing that's constant, change. And if you're looking at a flat surface, then you have no change. But it is that there is change. And so mathematically, it may work out to be a flat surface, but intuitively and with great understanding, it is not.
Thank you.
Was that your full question?
Yeah, that was it. It was a discussion my husband and I were having, and I was like, yeah, I don't think it's definitely got to be round, but I'm going to listen for somebody else's explanation because I do not have that understanding.
It is.
Thank you.
It's all mathematical. The flat Earth is mathematical.
Mathematical.
What
Yes.
you said. Thank you.
That's a question. Go ahead, Michael.
Oh, all right.
Michael, you have your question?
Yeah. Yes. This is about a relationship. I have been single for 9 years, and I've got trust issues. And anyway, I've met a little older lady. She's not much older than me, in the Philippines, and we have a lot in common. I do know that a lot of them are notorious for well, what I is this a true, would this thing that could materialize into a good relationship?
Yeah, it could, because you have free will and it could materialize. This is about man and his free will. That you have put yourself in a place of getting to learn someone and understand who they are and all these things. So yes, it is possible, but you must be able and willing to work with that situation since it's long distance.
And I'm just wondering if this being is a good being that's looking for the same things that I am: love, longevity, and so forth.
Yes, there are good beings, but even good beings have faults.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. Blessings.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Question for you, Grindle. One moment.
Yeah. There was somebody online, I think. Yeah.
Oh, Michelle has a question. Michelle has a question. Can
You have
anyone
a
hear?
question too? No.
Hi,
Hello?
Karen. Thank you. Hi, Grindle.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if you have any sort of update on the Area 53 situation.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Oh, good.
Indeed. They are working on it. They have decided that they're going to finish it. They're going to go through and finish it. And there are a couple problems with atmospheres. They're creating atmospheric bubbles for certain beings and creating networks of breathing apparatuses for the humans to be able to be living inside of that atmosphere. Now, there are certain atmospheres humans can't live in because of it would hurt their skin, their eyes, so there are certain beings that will come and they will be in their atmosphere, and the humans will have to be in a spacesuit. So they're trying to work all these things out. But it looks like they're still going to go on with it. And they know that first contact is being pinpointed to sometime in late 2025. And they're working on an agreement to send that out farther, but I don't think at this time they have anything. And it's actually being fought. Some people want it to happen in 2025, and some of the military do not. Military and higher beings such as rulers do think it's a bad idea because they think they'll lose their place. But I don't think so. So I think so at this point, it's still going to happen in 2025.
Thank you. And how many couples so far have come forward to, be part of this?
A lot.
A lot.
They narrowed it down to about 220 couples, I think.
Wow.
Because if humanity wasn't involved in the coupling, then they're not going to bring them there. There are many other couples that are like Arcturian and Pleiadian together, or Fandorian and Syrian, or whatever. They're not going to have anyone on the earth except for those that are earthlings that have couples outside of the planet. That's it.
And what about energy beings? Will we have the choice to go on Ashtar Command or one of the other fleets?
They're trying to work that out as well. But you know what? I don't see that they're going to be doing too much. Ashtar Command will have to come to Area 53.
Okay.
Or whatever number it is.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
All right.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, Grindle, Michael is new to you. He doesn't really know you at all, and there's probably people in the audience that don't know you. We know you very well, but
yeah,
a sort of overview of who you are, what you're about, what you're doing.
Yes, I'm Grindle. And the Grindle is a negative name in your society, but it's not in ours. But I first came to Earth in the 60s, and I did a walk-in with a soldier who was dying. And I promised him life. I would give him his life back if he let me use his body for a while. And he agreed, and so I walked in back then, and I was a soldier in the United States Army for a while. And I learned a lot about your leadership, and I learned a lot about your military, and I learned how to move forward in your ranks. And so I've been around for a long time, but I am a friendly reptilian. So I am from I forget what they even call my planet in your realm, but I'm not one of the negative aliens. I'm not considered completely positive either, but I am working with humanity to make it better and to bring them into an enlightened state. So I don't know why they don't consider me still really positive, but maybe because I throw the F-bomb every now and then. But it is that I am ready to help humanity, and I am ready to help. Right now I'm in a walk-in in the U.S. Army as well, or not Army, but military, and I'm in a higher functioning place in the government. But I do not walk in on his free time, or I do not walk in on his work time, except when he's in meetings with other military leaders. Then I will walk in and give my advice to these leaders. So
would you be interested in another walk-in?
What?
Would you be interested in another walk-in?
Oh, I'm in it now, right now. I'm in the walk-in right now. I mean, I have my place with him in the military.
Okay.
So I'd be interested in another mission after this one's complete.
Okay.
What were you thinking?
I would like for you to walk in and use my vessel.
Oh,
If yeah.
I would have to have a mission. I will talk to you about that at some other time.
Okay.
So if there's a mission, then it's appropriate. Yes. Yeah. All right.
All right. Thank you, Grindle, for that.
All right. Angie has a question.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Did you ever get that guy online?
I'm about to check that right now. I think he asked his question. Yes, he did. So.
Yeah.
My question is,
Yeah.
I just wanted your opinion of the off-world people or those aliens and spirit, what the current solstice did with humanity, with
Oh,
the
yeah.
energies with it. That's really my only.
All right. This solstice was unique. It was a future and past experience. So it was a balancing experience. Some people experienced feelings of the past. Some people experienced feelings of the future. The pinnacle of this energy field for the solstice came to a very small point in the universe. It was very powerful at the very top, but few people could reach that peak or that acme. But the thing is about that this particular solstice is that the energy is releasing slowly. So the energy is still with you at this time. It is releasing very slowly, and you can feel it as you are living. Many people said I didn't feel a thing. I wasn't. But it was because they weren't in alignment with their mind, body, soul, spirit, and emotions, or their chakra fields, or with their God understanding. Some of their spiritual things were just not right. So they weren't experiencing it, but they still can experience it because it is moving out very slowly. Actually, it moved up rather quickly, but when the peak going out is slower. Do you understand that? It goes like this: up and then out in a sort of wider range. But it is a good solstice. It is one that brings clarification, spiritual enlightenment, energy, not depression, no negativity. It's a balance, and it's a very powerful solstice. Is that what you were asking?
Yes, and how can I personally or those?
How can you personally be part of it?
Yeah.
Bring yourself into alignment. That's the only thing you have to do. You only have to bring your mind, body, soul, spirit, and emotions into alignment and know that you are on the right path. Know that you are still moving forward, and you will feel many of the things in this solstice. Do you have any other comments about that?
No.
All right. I hope I'm describing it well enough. There's so much to it, but only each and every individual will get their part out of it. If you know what I mean. It's made for everyone. Yeah. All right.
Okay. There's a question for Michael has a question. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Or is that Michelle had another question? I'm sorry, Michelle, go ahead.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. My question, thank you, Grindle, is to do with the Elohim. Could you tell me exactly what their mission here is in this lifetime?
The Elohim?
Yeah. Are they a cedar race or Anunnaki or
no.
Angelic?
They're not Anunnaki, no.
No?
They are part of the El collective. There's Elohim, El Magi, El Yaha, and so
Yeah.
they are part of a God continuum or a God community. So what they did was to communicate. They are communicating through different people, different messages, and they were much more active back in like 2000 BC and before. So they have not been as active since, but they still have a purpose with communication through channels and other means of communications. They are someone to be, they are very high functioning. So no, people have disregarded the fact that the word El means of God. So the El Yaha, El Ohim, El Magi, all these are from God.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you. Let me just see if there's any other questions.
And well, I just wanted to add too, if you have an angel like Uriel of God right at the end, El, Uriel of God. So any angel name that ends with El was created by God.
Okay, perfect.
Of course, other people helped, but it was of God that it was created.
Bertel, he was the one from the YouTube that requested you, and he said, "Can you please talk about the time you met a draconian?" And then he put a smiley face.
A draconian? Oh yes, I've met all kinds of different dragons and draconians, and I met a draconian actually last year, and that was very interesting because they have a very different way of looking at everything. Their way is more self-involved. They are large creatures and they are sought after. They're hunted down by some other species and things of that nature. So they're very much security oriented. And they're very offensive as well. If someone comes into their territory or whatever, they're on the offensive immediately. So when I met with a draconian, he was very self-absorbed about being safe, but he was also good. I mean, I don't think he was a hateful being. I don't think he was a horrible being. I just think that they're all very tense because they're being hunted at some periods. There's many dragons that are as well, but wars a long time ago and wars at the present on the other side of the universe with the dragons, etc. They just tend to be more aggressive.
Okay. All right, thank you for that. I hope, Bertel, that answers your question. Cami has a question on ancestor or ancestral karma. She says, how does it influence one's life? Is it one reason why aliens seem to prefer a form of government by kings?
Yes. That's part of it. Not all governments out there are kings and queens. There are many different kinds of governments and autocratic governments and also dictatorships and governments by parliaments and things of that nature. I'll call them a parliament. They don't call them so. How about council of? You've heard the Council of Nine, the elders, the 9 elders. These are all forms of government as well. But it is that kings and queens usually shown themselves as beings that were great in spirituality, great in power, great in wisdom and these things, and so they were trusted, and so they knew that the trust from that king or queen would be passed down to the children, and they were given oaths and things of this nature. They had to swear their loyalties and things of that nature. So it was that's how kings and queens came about, because they had to swear their oath and loyalty to the peoples. So what other part of the question was there?
The question was, is that why the aliens prefer a form of a government?
Yes, they prefer the form of a government. Yes.
Okay. Met Wally says, can you please do an energy healing?
On who? On him?
On him. Usi is asking that. Sorry, Usi wanting an energy healing, I think for his feet. I've lost.
I'll send out energy. Yes. Yeah. All right. I need water. Is this one open? Parched. Yes. There we go. Yes, I'll send out energy right away.
Okay, and then another question regarding the solstice. Matt Wally says he felt a great deal of pain on his joints and muscles and nerves because of the winter solstice. Is that possible? It started on the 21st of December.
Well, what it is that they were pulling, the energies were pulling him. And so that can be hard on the human frame. But it was a good energy, even though it may have not seemed so. But it was pulling on you to bring you into a higher realm of understanding. Sometimes pain can do that, builds character, etc. But I would hope that most people would not feel pain. But as it was a very powerful solstice, it was pulling you.
Okay, thank you for that. And Mark asks, he says, can you tell us about the Aldebarans? It's Aldebarans, Aldebarans, and the time frame they will finish their underwater military base.
Aldebarans.
Thank you.
And well, what they're doing is rather secretive, actually. So I don't want to give too much away. The Aldebarans are building underwater areas because they feel that is the safest way to be on your planet, where they would get the less dramatic treatment. They're more security, etc. So it is that what they're doing is rather secret. A lot of the things that they are bringing about, but it's not. They're not bad. Some people think they are, because they are being secretive. But let me tell you this. I think that they will possibly give a statement at some point. If you ask for them in a webinar or something, they will give a statement.
Okay, perfect.
But I want them to do it, I don't want to do that.
Okay, Mark, remember that for a couple weeks from now.
They're called Aldebarans.
Aldebarans, yes, thank you. Yes. And also, two people have this same question. Can you advise us about what's coming in 2024?
Lots of change. Lots of change. You will see many things happen that, well, some of it will be like, oh, I figured that was going to happen, but I can't tell you all the future. The thing is, about 2024, it will be so different than you expect. What am I allowed to say? All right. I'm allowed to say that governments will change. You will see some change in governments around the world, not only just one.
Is it a positive change?
Eh,
No?
eventually it will become positive. I
Okay.
guess. Yeah.
And as far as like weather and these things, are we?
Yeah, well, you'll see. I I can't really tell you. They're saying shut up. So I'm usually am a big mouth and can tell you things, but they're being a little strict with me today. So yeah.
2016, everybody's been in a in
Well,
a lot of change.
it's
Is it gonna
that these are important changes that will happen on the earth and to the earth and with the earth, and so they're just being very cautious. They don't want anyone to know anything ahead of time for fear that they will try to manipulate a change, if you understand.
force the change, you mean?
Yes, manipulation is something, whenever I say something that is important, a lot of people try to manipulate how to change it or how to make it different. So that is one thing they don't want me to do, because changing what is to come will not help anyone. So
All right. So
also weather will be different. Yeah.
weather. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll see all kinds of things. It's just there's just a lot of shit gonna happen.
Oh, shit being the operative word. That shit is not.
Yeah, it is gonna happen. Yeah.
All right.
There's a
No.
lot of it. You'll get out your shovel.
Oh Lord. Okay, well, everyone knows what to ask for Christmas this year.
A shovel, yeah. Red handle.
Okay, red handle. All right.
Brown spade.
Brown spade, yeah. So camouflage, yeah.
We can use it like fertilizer, Christine says. Perfect.
Yes. Yes, you can use it for fertilizer. Oh yeah.
Please use it as fertilizer. Yeah.
Oh yeah, fertilizer, a lot of it coming. Yeah.
All right. Well, we are, I believe, at the end of our time. We've got about 4 minutes.
All right. Right. I'll go and let somebody do prayers or something.
That would be fantastic. If you want to do a prayer for us, that would be a really beautiful way to end the webinar.
All right. Bless you all. Amen.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Now you can do your prayers.
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you.
I'm gonna go.
All right. Much love to you, Grindle. It's always a pleasure. Thank you for staying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Yeah. Hello?
Yes. Thank you.
All right.
Hi, Grindle not only gave beautiful information, but some comic relief.
Okay.
We're all getting shovels.
That's our Grindle.
Yes.
Comic relief did he give?
Well, we decided, he told us it was going to be a shit show next year, and that we
Oh,
should
well.
Okay.
Okay. Whatever. Yeah. Okay.
Anyway.
Who
So
has the blessings?
I don't know. Let me see. Who wants to do a blessing?
Will does.
Will, why don't you do the final blessing and we will say goodbye after that.
Okay.
Hutar hana asiacha tahatari e shohayaha. Haya atar tinai. Hartutu ursha haywa e herha. Urhana ahehe. Urhatar harshanahe. Ay hanahetara. Shai kayakara tuhua. Ay hakahana eta. Harheasha e sohaya. Uchataka hana ehe. Harta etarta anashaye. Hutarwashanahai, Kashahanahasea, Arhanaheti Ariata, Hutorohacharhata, Hara, Arasanahiakoha.
We bring you love and blessings. We bring you kindness and goodwill. We bring you all that is good to your planet. We wish that you would rise faster, but we give you motivation through our energies and through our prayers. We gift you with understanding of who we are as spiritual beings, as loving and understanding angels and beings of the future and of this time of change. We also bring and gift you with the will to move forward. We want you to prosper. We want you to be enlightened. We want you to understand who you really are in the universe so that you may be lifted up in a way that has not happened in many thousands of years. We give you excitement and energy. We bring you ecstasy in your realm so that you may be motivated to give all of what you can to this realm. We thank you for your understanding and for what you do to be part of this realm. We love you and we give guidance whenever asked. Please pray for understanding and more wisdom on the higher realms, for we are here to bring the greater and higher good to mankind. There was even more.
Yeah.
But they said, stop.
Oh, out of time.
Yeah. All right. Very well, you're muted.
Yes, I was saying you stopped right on the nose, so thank you so much.
All right, very good.
Why don't we have Angie do the last announcement, and then we'll say adieu, or bid adieu.
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 Thanks. Our Hucolo gathering is scheduled for next August, August 8th through August 12th, 2024. Price is $6.95 per person. It's all inclusive on a beautiful lake, Canandaigua Lake at Onondaga? Oneida Lake, Olanda Park. Ooh, we're gonna get that right.
Ononda.
Ononda Park. If you want to look, you can look at it.
Okay, it's a really nice place. Also swimming, everything is included, food, lodging, unless you're doing it by day, then you just pay the daily fee and come and whatever. So there'll be all kinds of opportunities to meet and greet and learn about your spiritual family, your alien families, about each other. And so we want this to be a time of great connection. Perfect. To all places.
Great.
I want to see you all there.
Classes at hucolo.org and I'll make it happen.
Yes, I just want to see everybody.
Get you one of those Uncle
before I go blind. Oh, it may be your last time to see me visually. Or me to see you visually.
Oh, okay. Well, then we all have to come.
You all have to come.
So everyone, please have a fantastic next couple of days. And if that includes Christmas for you, then enjoy that as well. And any holiday you may or may not be celebrating, just grab one and have fun with it. And
alrighty then.
And we'll see you next week with Max, who will be here. And yeah, much
love you all. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you, everybody.
Love you. Happy holidays.